was in Liberia early on in the Ebola outbreak as an aid worker, helping with the relief effort. A lot of the policy that was being set on how the U.S. was responding was happening right here in D.C. It's been fantastic for us to have AFI as a venue so that we can show policymakers here in D.C. that are coming to the screenings how their policies were put into play in real time. And it's wonderful being in D.C. We've also been invited to screen the film at the White House to some of the policymakers there. So AFI has just been a tremendous platform in using the film as a tool to carry on the narrative and continue the conversation around Ebola. As a filmmaker, many of my previous films have been out of natural disasters and conflicts and crises. And at Riot, what we try and do is put a human face on these large disasters that we're seeing. You know, there were so many big numbers. Thousands of people are dying in the Ebola epidemic. And, you know, all of these people are being affected. But what does that really mean when it gets down to the individual? We were flashed all those images on our TV screens from the media of people wearing the yellow suits, the goggles, the masks. And we were frightened by those images. And nothing was being said of who those people were underneath those suits. Who were these people that were willing to risk everything to save their country and ultimately save us all from what could have been a much worse outbreak? Well, it was a very difficult film to make. Obviously, it was a dangerous film. I was in such close proximity to Ebola victims. So it was very tough physically and emotionally, full of anxiety all the time. You didn't know whether you were being exposed or not. And so it was a difficult film to make, but a very rewarding film to make. I came face to face and was able to be surrounded by these heroes, modern day heroes, who literally stood up to say this is not going to overcome our country. And so it was very inspirational for me to be around these young Liberians. And so it was a wonderful project to be a part of.